Welcome back to Mystic Codex. Settle into a comfortable place. Relax. And prepare to listen closely. You can simply close your eyes and let our story surround you. Or, if you prefer, follow the images we've prepared to illustrate the profound principles we'll explore today. The theme of this episode touches a reality many feel, but few can clearly name. We're going to talk about presences that drain the soul, and how to identify 5 unmistakable signs that you may be dealing with something far darker than a merely difficult personality. Five signs that you may be dealing with a demon in human form. Exactly. And we're not referring only to toxic or manipulative people. What we're exploring here is much deeper and darker. We're speaking of human presences that, on the outside, seem perfectly normal, but carry something spiritually corrosive inside. It's as if they were here with a hidden mission: to siphon what is most beautiful in you, most light, most true. If this content resonates with you in any way, know that it's not by chance. Consider yourself summoned to walk this path of discernment with us. And pay very close attention, because perhaps you've already crossed paths with someone like this. Maybe even lived close to them. You certainly felt that strange sensation in your chest. The atmosphere that suddenly shifts. The soul that grows heavy after the person leaves. As if peace simply fled like a frightened bird before the storm. Something there clearly didn't fit. These people don't need to be possessed like in the movies. Many times they are being used, influenced, or even guided by heavy, dark energies. Some know exactly what they're doing. Others give themselves over to it without noticing. The goal, however, is always the same: poison what is pure, break what is love, and suck the energy from those who still shine. And the scariest part, they usually hide behind smiling, kind, charismatic faces. They can even pass as good, spiritual, supportive people. But there are signs that do not lie. And once you start to see them, it will be impossible to unsee. Let's begin with the first, which you've probably felt on your own skin. Sign number 1. You feel completely drained around them. It's like a magnet for exhaustion. You might start the day well, energized, full of faith, at peace with life. But a few minutes of conversation with this person and everything seems to collapse. Your body grows heavy, your mind confused, your heart races in a strange way, for no apparent reason. And inside it's as if your soul felt dirty, empty. The strangest part is that they didn't shout. They weren't aggressive. On the contrary, they may have kept a light tone, a smile on their face, but each word seemed to pull something out of you. Only when they left did you notice how exhausted you were. This isn't mere negativity. These people drain. They feed on your light, your hope, your calm. They're like energy vampires. But instead of biting the neck, they drain through words, looks, gestures, and even silences. And what wounds most is that it all comes disguised. It can look like concern, humor, or even spiritual advice. But deep down it has a single purpose: to empty you, to make you give up what connects you with the good. If you don't notice in time, you'll end up moving away from joy, from faith, from your dreams. Not because you lost the will, but because you'll simply have no strength left to feel. The second sign is that they make you doubt your own mind. This kind of person doesn't lie just to lie. They are masters in the art of distorting reality. They say cruel things, and when you react, they make you feel crazy. Phrases like, "I never said that," or "You're overreacting," imagining things. Those are their weapons. They hurt you, and when you show the pain, they accuse you of being too sensitive. They flip the roles, confuse you, remember selectively what suits them and forget what doesn't. Over time you start doubting yourself, your memory, your judgment, your very sanity. And this isn't an accident. It's a strategy. They want to become the dominant voice inside your head. Because if they can make you distrust your own perception, they start to control your worldview. And that's when they begin to pull you away from what is real. What is good? What is divine? It's a form of manipulation so subtle that, when you notice, you're already apologizing for mistakes that were theirs. Feeling inadequate all the time. Unsure whether you're overreacting or have gone numb. And they watch it all calmly, with a discreet smile at the corner of the mouth. This tactic has ancient roots. Very ancient. Remember the serpent in Genesis? The most cunning of all creatures. Well, that cunning still lives, and today it speaks through the mouths of people who look ordinary. The third sign. They sabotage your dreams without you noticing. You know that sparkle in your eyes when you have a new dream? That excitement that rises from the depths of the soul? So, this kind of person makes a point of putting out that flame. But not all at once. Instead, slowly. In small doses. They say things like, "Are you sure this is for you?" Or, "Aren't you being a bit selfish?" Or the classic, "I just don't want to see you disappointed." But in truth, it isn't about protecting you. It's about trapping you. Seeing you grow bothers them. Seeing you happy pokes wounds they themselves can't handle. Seeing you pursue your call makes them feel even more the weight of having let their own dreams die. So instead of supporting you, they undermine your courage with subtle words disguised as care or sincerity. But each phrase comes laced with poison. It's as if they were pruning your soul. One branch at a time. Over time you stop dreaming big. Stop trying. You stop listening to that divine voice that whispered possibilities in the silence of the night. Their voice becomes louder than God's voice within you. And that isn't help. It's sabotage. They want you small, silent, hidden, because then you become easier to control. But listen closely. You were not created to live shrunken. God breathed dreams into you on purpose, and it was not so they would be buried by someone else's fear. Be alert to those who mock your calling. Many who are remembered today as prophets were once seen as crazy. And do you know why? Because they had the courage to listen to something only they could hear. The voice of God, echoing within them. The fourth sign is that they feed on chaos and hide in confusion. Where peace dwells, the divine presence is. But where chaos reigns, that is often where evil hides. There are people who seem to live for disorder. Demons in human form love to light small emotional fires just to watch everything burn from afar. As if they had nothing to do with it. They start fights over trivial reasons. Distort what you say. Push you to the limit, and when you finally react, they place all the blame on you. They say, "See? You're unbalanced." These people pit others against each other and then show up as innocent bystanders in the middle of the mess. Only there's a detail. They need the mess. Because where there's clarity, they lose control. Have you noticed? When they're around, something always seems wrong. Someone is always irritated, offended, on the verge of exploding. And if by chance everything stays calm for too long, they invent a new problem out of nowhere. Create crises. Make storms in a teacup. And when you try to have a serious conversation and face the facts, they play the victim. Make a scene. Twist everything until once again you start doubting yourself. But understand, you are not the problem. You're just starting to see the truth. All this confusion isn't random. It's strategy. They want to keep you tired, emotionally spent, with no mental space to think clearly or to seek a deeper connection with God. Because when you're confused, weakened and groundless, you are much easier to manipulate. And that is exactly what they want. The fifth sign. They undermine your bonds and isolate you little by little. This may be the most dangerous sign. Because it's not just about manipulating your feelings. The ultimate goal is to take control of your whole life. And for that, they must first weaken your base, your support network. They don't knock everything down at once. They start planting doubts bit by bit. They'll say things like, "Are you sure your best friend really likes you?" Or, "I think your brother is acting weird." Huh. Look, that spiritual leader of yours seems kind of fake to me. All of it in a tone of concern, of care, but with the clear intention of pulling you away from the people who truly love you. They use secrets as ammunition, talk behind backs, disguising it as sincerity, and gradually create cracks in your relationships. Family, friends, church. No one is spared. And then, when you realize it, you're surrounded by tension, distance, and distrust. And who is always by your side? Them. The only voice you end up hearing is theirs. Because isolation leaves you vulnerable. And when you lose your supports, your emotional clarity leaves and your spiritual discernment weakens. You begin to depend on them without even noticing. This strategy is wicked. It's like the wolf that separates the sheep from the flock to devour it more easily. But God did not create you for loneliness. In Ecclesiastes 4:12 it is written, "One alone can be overpowered, but two can defend themselves, and a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken." These people want to cut that cord. They want the only person you trust to be precisely the one who is destroying you. This goes beyond a toxic relationship. It is a direct attack on your soul. It is an attempt to pull you away from your identity, your mission, and your connection to the body of Christ. If something inside you is sounding the alarm, take it seriously. This is not drama. It is spiritual discernment. So then, what should you do if you identify this in your life? Here are the steps you must follow. Step 1. Trust what your spirit senses, not only what your eyes see. Maybe you don't have concrete proof. Maybe the person seems incredibly good on the outside and you feel bad for being suspicious. But the Spirit of God dwells in you for a reason. And when every time you're near this person you feel a tightness in the chest, a restlessness, an endless confusion, that is God trying to warn you. He whispers in the silence while the enemy makes noise to distract you. Step 2. Establish firm boundaries and keep them. Controlling people hate boundaries because a boundary keeps them from manipulating. And when you finally say no, you can expect a reaction. They'll say you've changed, that you're cold, ungrateful, insensitive. They'll try to turn everything against you. But don't waver. That reaction is the confirmation that the boundary is necessary. Step 3. If you need to cut ties, cut them without guilt. It may hurt. It may bring fear. They may even try to smear your image. But sometimes the first step toward freedom is precisely distance. In 2 Timothy 3:5, Paul warns us about people who appear to be spiritual, but deny the true power of God. He doesn't say try to change them. He says have nothing to do with them. You are not called to save those who drag you away from your mission. 4th step. Draw near to the light. After cutting ties with what harmed you, it's time to reconnect with what makes you flourish. And that begins with the people around you. People who strengthen you, who pray with you, who don't drain your energy, but fill you with life. Being surrounded by a healthy community, guided by God, is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Seek to be with those who awaken the best in you. Believe me, joy and hope are sacred things. And the 5th step. Reconnect with the voice of God. One of the cruelest damages these people cause is silencing what is most precious. The voice of God in your heart. Suddenly you stop praying, stop dreaming, and even start doubting that you can truly be loved. But listen to this. God never stopped speaking to you. Even in the midst of the mess, the exhaustion, the pain, He was there whispering, waiting for you to notice that He never left. And now He is speaking louder, calling you back. Allow Him to heal the dreams that were broken, rebuild the trust that was ripped out, and call you by your true name. Do not fall into the trap of thinking that keeping the peace means staying silent. That is not peace. It's a prison dressed up as politeness. True peace comes from walking aligned with the Spirit of God, not from trying to please people who came to destroy you. If your soul has been crushed, if they mocked your dreams, if they made you believe there's no way out, listen closely. God has not given up on you. Let go of the illusion that they will change. Let go of the need to explain yourself. Let go of the guilt. You were not made to carry anything that comes from an evil source. Be free. Take back what is yours. Return to God's presence every day. When the soul is wounded, the way back begins by listening to the only voice that matters. His. Make space to hear Him. Turn off the phone. Close the door. Take a deep breath and say, God, I'm here. Speak to me. And He will speak. And if this message touched your heart, don't forget to share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Thank you for being here. And until our next meeting.